Super easy to start earning great profits from your restaurant business or from a new startup. This program today, we're going to learn all about it and a new trend in the restaurant business. So tune in. Hello, and welcome. Thank you very much. We're starting today on the restaurant business. Today's restaurant business today here at my CBH, and we're going to focus in on a growing trend. I think it's something that's been around. It hasn't been really incorporated into mainstream restauranting, but I think it's something that is worth taking a look at. Definitely some big players in the marketplace are already getting into this, but I think it's something you guys need to pay attention to. And it really is an easier way to approach the food business and earning great income, and from this easier way of getting into the restaurant business. And as you know, at this URL is the super easiest way to get started in the restaurant business. You don't even have to worry about starting the restaurant. This is the best thing ever if you really want to get started earning profits. If you want to make money, you don't know how to cook a lick, this is the thing to do. Now, for those of you who want to have a restaurant idea, want to have some recipe, some mom's or the family secret recipe for something, this is also your best option, because it helps you get everything in place, and even it helps you get the your restaurant idea, your food business idea started, and within protection and with super a massive help in getting your restaurant known and busy. And so this is the best option also for you too. So for those two reasons, check that URL after the video. Today, let's go into some article that we are going to use as our base today. We're going to look at what IHOP is doing. Actually, IHOP is the um, focus of our inquiry today. So we're going to take a look at that and see what it is that IHOP is planning to do. I see. Okay, so let me just fix up some cameras here for you guys, and then we'll get right into it right after that. So let's get that going. Very good. All right, so everyone's watching me on the screen. IHOP to launch fast casual concept in spring. What's a fast casual? It used to be fast and casual with it. It's a place where people, an option for people that need to get something quickly, and not to sit down formally, and just to have a quick something to eat, and then get into their cars and keep going. That's what the fast casual concept is. Now, when you think, I know a lot of you do this every day, when you're out on the road, or you have a busy schedule this day, and you run out the house. Many people don't eat breakfast in the house. We're eating less and less in our homes, right? And we just get on into the car, and we'll pick something up on the way. This is basically what the fast casual is. It's something along the way. Where do you go? What does a person usually do? Where do you guys go when you run out the house without breakfast and you want something You have to have breakfast, but you have to get it on the go. A lot of things come to mind, right? In the past, I say that was at least for me when before the gas station places came into play, right? You had the Dunkin' Donut place, right? So you will go get some coffee and get a croissant or do the donut thing so early in the morning, but some people like it. So, but anyway, that's the type of thing that you had mostly. Then we had these gas stations that revived the gas station store concept, but had an eatery, had some food in there. And you have that with the 7-Eleven that's been around for some time, but nothing really more substantial than that until you have now, at least here in the South, we've discovered Wawa. I believe up there north you have that too, the Wawas and other Speedway, other type of gas stations that feature a more of a eating opportunity, a fast casual opportunity where you can get sandwiches made and with your coffee or with a cold drink or whatever have you. They got milkshakes and all of that. So that's what's going on with the Wawas. And when people want something quick to eat, sometimes the Wawa, sometimes that Speedway is the only place to go. Only place that's open 24 hours 7. You can get something to eat, a sandwich or a burrito or whatever else they guys sell there. So this is basically what's happening. People are more and more on the move, on the go, as we can say, and they need a place to stop at and get something quick to eat, wash it down with a beverage, and then move on. It says here IHOP to launch fast casual concept in spring. Flipped by IHOP will allow the iconic brand to enter urban markets. And it all starts with Atlanta. So, Atlanta, you guys have the luck. You got it starting over there in your part of the country. And so I have spent the past year developing a spin off fast casual concept. President Jay John says is going to flip expectations so much so that IHOP even put it in the name. The company announced Wednesday morning it plans to launch Flipped by IHOP next April in Atlanta, Georgia. Additional sites in New York City, Washington, D.C., Denver, and San Francisco are under exploration for 2020 as well, IHOP says. The double entendre branding refers to the obvious burgers and pancakes on the griddle, but also a hopeful category differentiator. John says a breakfast fast casual that leads with food and not beverages. So basically, what we've been seeing is the like we saw with McDonald's. What the McDonald's uh, launched their breakfast on the go type of campaign with the coffee, right? We have Mickey D's coffee, that famous coffee, for better or for worse. And then you had the breakfast with the croissants and all of this, and they have the regular drive-through experience with that. Not that McDonald's is like set up for fast and furious. However, there is a segment or a division of the franchise that does the small express McDonald's. That I haven't seen any of those here in Florida, but I know up north they have them. So that's basically one adaptation to the fast casual segment. To address that segment, the obviously, the gas station was like a sure winner in terms of where people are going to get gas. They're in the car. This is a car stop, if you will. And so they ran out of the house without any breakfast. So here's the place they're going to most likely find easy to get in and to come out, right? Gas station, you can get in and out 2 or 3 different ways out of the gas station. It's it's available in the community, easy to spot, easy to get in, easy to go out, people on the move. So it's constantly turning over. Parking spaces are constantly available. So it's just like the perfect combination there for having some type of food sales. Here, IHOP is also keying in on an important aspect, as we've always discussed here in our business videos, and now also with the restaurant videos, is to be different. The key to success right now, and I think always has been, is to be different in some way that brings the benefit. So they're differentiating their breakfast offering, providing a more and also a name brand, right? Because the name recognition. It's not just that they have pancakes, because you have other places that you can get some type of pancakey type of meal, but here we have the IHOP brand behind this fast and curious or furious stop and go breakfast alternative that they are bringing out into the market. It's a hopeful category differentiator, and they hope to gain the advantage by being different but being well known at the same time, right? So it's not just about being different. You can have a great idea and it can be very different than anyone else's. Doesn't necessarily guarantee success here. They most likely will be successful because of the name recognition. So that's really important. And also teaches restaurateurs and other business people that once you garner a name for yourself, you have value. That name has value and can provide assistance and support for some new type of category, a new business offering, using the name to initiate instant recognition in the marketplace. So that's also something that should be taken advantage of. Don't just sitting around in the family restaurant has the nice name. People know about the name of the restaurant. You have your family business or any other type of business for that matter of fact, everyone knows it, and you don't take that as an advantage to spin off into an adjacent a market area or other. So again, take advantage. You know, a lot of these things, it's an issue of moving in a timely fashion and taking advantage of advantages when they become advantages, and not wait around until the advantages are aged, and quite possibly the name brand begins to slow and wane in the public perception, and then you're losing one of the greatest assets that your business built, which was the name recognition. So be very keen on that. When people start to recognize the name, the name is, people say the name, they recognize it, they respond to it. You need to start spinning off and start seeing, at least testing where else and what else we can do with this name. Okay. There's tremendous amount of people who we know go out and get their morning coffee and settle. And so this is, see, and they're looking at what happens in the morning as people settling for this or for that. They settle for the gas station because it's on the way. They get gas, they fill the tires, they get started on their day. So they will settle on the facility or the availability of having a food option right there at the gas station. I don't think they'll be able to overcome that unless IHOP is planning to open a gas station as well. I mean, they're not going to be competing against that market, but at least they're looking at a need. There's a need for those who are seeking an alternative. So you're not looking for those who are going to the gas station to go to the gas station and then pick up something because it's there. You're looking for someone who doesn't need to go to the gas station and he still needs some place to eat real quick. So that's the market. They're identifying their market. That's the one that settles to go to the gas station, as I have done on various occasions, just to get breakfast. We don't need gas. We filled up the other day. So that's the market they're looking at attracting, and obviously those who know the IHOP brand. Okay, so we're going to flip that expectation in another direction, John says. For IHOP, which at 1,700 restaurants is America's largest sit down chain, flipped will be a standalone concept with Dine Brands portfolio. The company also owns Applebee's, right? 1,667 unit Applebee's. Now, so here we go. That's quite a massive portfolio of restaurants, isn't that? Fantastic. Again, as I've expressed to you guys before, our restaurant opportunity, restaurant profit opportunity, also has the ability to allow you as a restaurateur to expand immensely. Almost like what these guys have. It's very possible to be done through our network. But realize that unlike them, they are running it as a company, as a gigantic company. But realize that through our network, you can have and pretty much come close to that same portfolio, being the direct owner of all of it. That's the what's possible with our network. So when you're finished with this video today, you want to head on over and watch that other video explaining the restaurant business that you can start immediately today after this video. Okay, so how IHOP build America's largest casual dining chain. This isn't the first time a casual giant has dipped into fast casual. You have Cracker Barrel, who's converting 7 Holler and Dash units to Maple Street Biscuit Company stores, which is something they had brought recently for $36 million in cash. It's big money restaurants, folks, big money. And so they also have the Cheesecake Factory, which is another example. Not that they have it. I'm sorry, I misspoke there. It's just another example. It's the Cheesecake Factory, who debuted an Asian counter service brand, Social Monk Asian Kitchen, in February. Blooming brands tested Outback and Carrabba's Express models. Is usually the type of thing the most businesses, especially the food businesses, will try to mod into. Mod is short for modify, which I like to do mods myself. Mods are my game. I love it. But they try to reduce their concept, successful models, and make it a smaller, faster, quicker selection or offering in the marketplace. Remember, quicker and smaller and quicker is always an option, always. So that's really where they're looking at. But you also, and they're feeding off of their name brand. But is there a marketplace for smaller and quicker? So I think that the gas station proves that there is. There's obviously a small and quicker need out there. The issue is, how can you have growth, especially if you're not a gas station? I think that you had issue with sandwich makers. You had the Subways. You had, I think, I forgot what the other one. There's another one, but since I don't frequent the sandwich places much, I don't have it at hand in my mind. But we have the Wagwas, which is able to compete out of thin air simply because they have the gas station. I think the gas station is the anchor or the drawer for these now brand names that have come into this quick service food niche, and obviously a competitor to the sandwich kings. So that is what you have. This is something that obviously all you guys are not going to start gas stations just to support a restaurant offering or a quick and easy option. But this is something to think about. This is why starting also with a network will be most advantageous to you, especially if you want to go into the quick and easy, because you'll need the support. You need the support. You just can't open up a little corner and expect to have instant success, because you have a lot of competition. It's easier to go to the gas station, get a sandwich, than to hunt you down someplace, a mile away from Main Street and just depending on word of mouth and social media posts. So that's the thing to think about there. Again, our networking can really be a great advantage for you. So you have that. You have, after first shifting also from quick service, Buffalo Wild Wings rolled a B Dubs Express prototype in 2017, which I haven't seen yet. Well, there's one in Hopkins, Minnesota, is marked at this point. Part of Hooters' July sale to North Bay Capital and its advisor. Tri Artisan Capital advisors included the potential growth of Hoots. Again, shorter and faster, right? A fast casual introduced nearly 3 years ago. Red Robin, which we have over here also locally, Scrap Burger Works in 2016. I think a lot of burger places. I think it's too much, too many, and there's not enough differentiation and not enough reason for someone to go to that burger place. I mean, there's a burger place that's around here in Orlando. I've been eyeing for, I guess, over a year or two, and realized I haven't yet been able to go over there and sit down and try it out. So many different options here, especially here because we're in the tourist area, so it's not typical. But there's so many options, and there's Wawa, So the times that I've gone out actually looking to eat something, I find the convenience of the gas station model very convenient and overwhelming, to say the least. These are things that a restaurateur has to consider, especially if you're doing the quick and easy. But for the most part, no major full service restaurant chain has successfully penetrated the space with a serious growth vehicle. Okay, because again, that what I've been talking about all this program long. All this program long, I've been highlighting where the strengths are in this model, but really without that name brand, you really wouldn't have much. You wouldn't have much to go by in order to be successful. But these guys can do it because of the name recognition. That's very important. You understand? So it's not that restaurant business is easy. It is by far not easy. You need to have certain advantages. These guys, their major advantage is um, name recognition. In addition to and competing in a very narrow corridor of the fast and casual type of eatery. As you see here, they have this is what's the new concept right now is coming in, going to a kiosk as McDonald's has as well, and just clicking through. Wawa has basically the same thing, a lot of computers. When you walk in, a lot of screens where you can order from the menu whatever you want. This is very convenient. Go and pay and pick up the sandwiches being made while you're paying at the cashier, etc., etc. The idea is to be quick and easy, fast, casual. Don't have to sit down and look pretty. You just have to sit down, eat, and get on the way. Here you have another setting. As you can see, the attention here is not sitting down and relaxing to have a meal. It's basically the quickness and ease of getting in, getting what you want, and moving on. So it's almost like a food truck inside of a storefront, basically. You go to a food truck, you walk in, you walk up to the truck and you look for your juices, your beverage, if there's some cold sandwich you want, you pick that up, or you have the guy make you something on the grill, whatever type of food truck it is, whatever it is. Then that's basically what happens. So it's a this is an easy option if you're starting, if you have a food concept already, and if it's something that you could have done like in a food truck. Doing this is another step up. Again, without the name recognition, it might be foolhardy for you to do, because you really should do the food truck in that case, to get some name recognition. You have something, a differentiator, something particular that you do, get some fame from that, some word of mouth, and grow that into opening an establishment. And that would be a pattern to follow if you had such a thing, but you need something, you see. Now, you don't need these things if you have organization, if you have support, if you have a network like we do and we provide you, then you can forego much of the pain of building up a recognition and whatnot, because you have hundreds and thousands of promoters to actually help and promote your name and your food business, etc., like in a network as we have. So this is an alternative for you. We still, you still need to have some quality items. You still need to differentiate, but that's something that at least is a great help in the right direction, right? At least you don't need to be a recognized name brand just to begin to start opening up a food business like these guys are doing. A build your own pancake bar. IHOP believes it will appeal to customers on the go. So you build your own pancake. This is something also that I can see when I go to hotels. I frequently travel, and you can some of the hotels have, that you can create your own waffles or you create your own pancakes, stuff like that. So it's not something that's foreign for many people. It would be new to you, especially if you walk into IHOP and you're making your own pancake. That's really new, right? um, but again, these are trends that started coming out from the culture of get up and go. See, the hotels started providing these continental breakfasts, and then you can, make your own waffle, and then make your own pancake, stuff like that, to provide more alternatives for their guests without increasing their staffing to have someone make the pancakes for you. So these concepts and ideas make sense, but they're birthed in the need to get on the go quickly, to have breakfast quickly, and to move on. So that's basically what's happening here. That's where you get the trend. Is how you capitalize on these trends. So that's what you need to do. You need to look at how people are living, because just because you have a successful business today doesn't mean it will stay that way tomorrow. There's reasons for your business not to stay successful tomorrow. So you have to always be thinking, as we covered the other day, on your feet, and be able to adapt and or increase your success by expanding into other market niches that are developing. And it says that John says, let's develop something that IHOP fans who don't have the ability to use us in some large markets can access. And that's another thing also, right? Because setting up a restaurant is very costly unless you're using our method, right, and our network. But otherwise, it's a very costly endeavor, and you do need enough capacity in the marketplace, demand, to warrant the expenses and to risk it, right? Here now they can increase their brand, increase their sales, in terms of their batter and with the things they they provide the individual restaurants. So the more that they can sell, the more that they can distribute and sell to the public, the better it is on the bottom line. And so they're increasing the access of the public to their brand and to their business. And so this is the thinking in creating an easier and a more accessible venue that makes it easier. If you're an entrepreneur, you're thinking about starting a restaurant, you need to think about that. What's the easiest way? What allows you to become successful quicker? If you can spend less, you will be profitable quicker. And then if you're profitable quicker, you can expand to other areas easily and reproduce the same success. So you have to think smart. And you're going to start a restaurant, you got to think smart. Think smart. Don't think heavy and fancy, unless there's a strategic advantage to that and something akin to what your main core technology is. If you're a first class chef, then obviously you're not going to start restauranting in a quick and run a gas station scenario. That's not what you want to do. It degrades the quality of what you're about and what you're able to do. But also be sensitive that what would be the best option for you. Okay, well, still in development. John says the upcoming restaurant will probably be in the neighborhood of 2,000, 2,500 square feet, just shrinking down units and focusing on convenience, though are not revolutionary fast casual building blocks. That's where the Dayport focus comes into play, John says. Flip D's menu will borrow inspiration from IHOP favorites. So they're going to get their favorites but from the buttermilk pancakes with the to-go elements mixed in, okay, and stuff like that. So basically, you can read the rest of this article. I think we get the main idea, the main gist. This is the picture of the future. As more and more people, you stay busy, keep busy. This is going to be the main option until they're ready to sit down and have a relaxing meal. That's always will be the purview of the mainstream restaurants or even the special places to go type of restaurants where you have that exclusivity of either the chef or the menu, something that differentiates them from all the rest. This is really what you should be thinking of in terms of fast food business in a restricted area, in a store, in a location. This is what you need to be looking at. And on top of that, you should not be considering doing any restauranting, any type of food business, without considering the opportunity at this URL. This is really the first stop for you. You need to look at this. You need to really consider that. And if you're not able or can afford the investment required to start a restaurant, if you are not, you don't cook, you're not a restaurateur, right? But you would like to earn the income because you heard it at the Chinese restaurant, you're not right, the fast food place, they're in the fast food business, and you go there and you hear the phone ring, even when you're calling, you hear the other phones ringing. Those are orders. They're not family calling. How's the child? How's my? No. Then this is people ordering egg foo young. Period. You gotta come. And you hear those phones ringing endlessly. You have to realize that through this network, you can be earning every time that phone rings. It could be money in your pocket. Money in your pocket, without the worries of managing or operating or starting and investing in a restaurant. So think about that. Look at the URL, look at the video, and think and take action. Thank you for watching, and we'll come back in a while with another topic in the restaurant business today. Thank you very much. See you soon.